Today's video, we're going to talk about what niches is it better to use Facebook lead ads versus sending users to a landing page instead. This is the Facebook lead ads. If you don't know what this is a form that shows up on the Facebook ad so that you can contact the company in question from that Facebook ad instead of having to click to go to a website and potentially fill out a web form there. Facebook lead ads are generally more profitable in today's environment than sending people to a website in most niches. Now, there are some niches, certainly, where I would want to absolutely send them to a website instead of using and relying on Facebook's lead ads. But, ultimately, it really just depends on what you use or what you are selling. So I'm going to go through a few example niches where we use Facebook lead ads and we sent people to the website and actually made more money doing one versus the other. Okay? And then for that matter, in addition to that, I'll tell you the formula to give you a bit more advice here on Facebook lead ads, since those are most profitable in most cases. In case you aren't using them yet, what you specifically should do to get the full value out of the Facebook lead ads and why they work so well. Okay? But before I get into the content, if you do not know who I am Corey Zyman, owner of Guarantee PPC, an online advertising agency that specializes in guaranteeing results for their clients. That is, we do not charge our clients management fees until we can get them a certain minimum lift in the profitability in excess of the management fees that we charge. We are the only agency out there who offers any kind of similar guarantee, which should tell you something about the quality of the information that I'm sharing with you in today's video. So with that said, getting into the content. Almost all situations is Facebook lead ads, as I mentioned at the start of this video, a better way to run a lead generation campaign on Facebook itself. Why? Because people trust Facebook and are used to using it. Ultimately, I've talked about on other videos about conversion rate optimization, making websites convert better, and the art of doing that. The number one rule is don't make me think. Don't make the user think any harder than they need to think in order to get the information they need and that they require before taking the next step forward or next action in line, whether that be filling out a form or just purchasing something through the shopping cart itself on the website, if we're talking about e-commerce. Whatever is easier, and when I say easier, I mean less confusing. The golden rule is that will always make conversions go up and your conversion rate go up. So with that said, a Facebook lead ad itself, people that are filling one out probably have filled one out in the past, or even if not, Facebook's done a really good job of making that easy to basically be able to do. Versus getting to your website, they're like, what's this website? What do I do here? Do I trust this website? All these other variables come up, and there's more hoops to jump through before they actually get to the point where they can fill out the form. Now, on the flip side, you can only communicate so much on a Facebook ad itself that, if you try to force people to turn into a lead before they're ready or before they're informed enough and have the information that they're going to feel like they need at a minimum to turn into a lead, then it's not going to actually add more conversions to your bottom line. So, but with that said, you can use video ads on Facebook and send people to a Facebook lead ad when they click the call to action on your Facebook ad and end up having that be a better way to monetize users on Facebook for your business than sending them to your website, because that video ad, if you've done it right, and especially if you do what I talk about in other videos in this channel, which is to have funnels, having a video ad, then having an image ad after it, which is a Facebook lead ad still, you actually don't need them to go to the website because you can say so much in a video. Most things that you're offering, that's good enough itself. Now, if that is you're doing lead generation, and if it's not enough, you probably just have to break the offer down enough to where the video by itself is enough, because that will generally make you more money. So instead of asking them, for instance, to hire you to be their divorce attorney, you ask them instead if they want free advice on a child custody issue. And they fill out the form. And so you're simplifying the offer, making the ask not so great, So therefore, it's easier to just get them to fill out the form on Facebook. And because you're asking for them to fill out the form on Facebook, you're going to get a hell of a lot more forms and actually make more money at the end of the day, if you will. But even if so you could make your funnel itself and use that to keep people on Facebook. Therefore, they're going to convert it at a high rate with Facebook lead ads and just convert more in general. Or you could simplify the offer, or you could just make a really good video ad that explains the whole thing and then have them fill out the Facebook lead ad if they're interested after watching that video. I would say more often we use just a really good high-powered sales video than a funnel / having to change up the offer to make it more simple. But we do use funnels a lot. I want to say probably 30% of the time we'll use an actual funnel. And we'll have a video ad that they see that shows off somebody using something in terms of a service. It might be a potential customer or a past customer who's used the service talking about it. And then there'll be an ad later on that asks them, hey, do you want to sign up for the service? And it may take that in order to get people to fill out the Facebook lead ad at a high rate. And other times, if it's a simple thing like we're doing tree trimming and it's ultimately, during the prime buying season in March and April, and this is a typical time people are thinking about it, we'll just have a video ad talking about how, we have a special on this and ultimately you can get a whole bunch of your trees trimmed for less than what you normally that it would cost going to other companies. And, we have an upsell to kind of make up for what we're not gaining with the discount and just go all in one video, which is something we did in that tree trimming or tree service space. So with that said, this video with Facebook lead ad will convert better most of the time because it cuts out the need for a sales page. Users more familiar with how Facebook's interface works and trusts it more on top of it than your website, which maybe you're really, really good at making websites, making them intuitive and trustworthy and all that, and you can make more money there. But it's so hard to do and do it better than what you're going to do than what Facebook does and has done with their platform itself. Okay? Now, there's a few niches where we're certainly going to send them to a website if we're collecting leads itself. And I'm going to talk about those in a second. Are you not sure what to do at the end of this video, whether you should send people to your website or use a Facebook lead ad or switch to using Facebook lead ads? Reach out to me at my agency at guaranteedppc.com. I'll have a conversation with you about it for free. We can see if we can work together, to help you do it, of course. We don't charge management fees until you get a certain minimum lift in your profitability or a certain minimum profitability with your ads. We're the only agency that'll offer that to you out there. And, if you're a right fit as a client for us, we'll work with you in that capacity. So you could do that. You can reach out to me at guaranteedppc.com if you're interested in that. You can also reach out and I can let you know if we worked in your niche market before. If we worked in your niche market before, we can sell you the winning ads, landing pages, campaign templates that already work for your niche market. You could just copy paste all that into your Facebook ads account, Google account, so on and so forth, and get the same results we are in a different city or state or country. Ultimately, we've worked in hundreds of different niche markets, and these templates work so good that we've got people starting whole new businesses around the template. They just operate the template, then they sub out all the work or whatever. And we can tell you that that it's going to make money up front because we've already ran the exact same campaign in another city. So why would you not make money in your city using it? If you're interested in that, you can also reach out to me at our firm. We also do consulting. I specifically been doing coaching and consulting with individuals reaching out from this channel, and as opposed to just doing the work to get clients results, some people want to do it themselves. I understand that. And, where guys and gals are stuck, they aren't able to get to the next stage with their ads in terms of additional profitability. They can't scale anymore. My information almost universally will get them to the next stage with what they're doing. Why? Because I'm able to look at your entire business all the way down to the website, the sales process, your product packaging, if it applies, all of it, and let you know where the true bottlenecks are with it, and then tell you how to actually get around the bottlenecks. I'm very good at doing this because I've been doing online ads for 20 years altogether now. I've been running this agency, doing it for hundreds of different clients. Now, as far as niches go, where sending people to a website to actually convert better. This is to send people to the website, before Facebook lead ads was a thing and we knew about it. But even today, any kind of like software as a service company, we're going to send people to the website. Why? Because it's so hard to convey everything in just one sales video that the user needs to know, that the video itself is just the warm-up. We still got to send them to a really, really good sales page on our website. And for SaaS, I mean, to do a landing page the right way with the additional videos you need and the copy and the design, you're talking about a $15,000 landing page to do it right, if not more. With the upside being that if you know how to get it to work, you can drive traffic at it and it makes money and you can build a multi-million-dollar company off the backs of that ad funnel. You know, it's gonna cost a lot, but it's hard to explain how software works, what all the key benefits are, and different people buy for different reasons. So, and if you had a 2-hour sales video on Facebook, assuming they'll let you run a video ad for that long, nobody's going to watch it. You know, they're not going to scroll down and watch a 2-hour video right there, then and there, or it's, should I say, hard. So sending them to a landing page that's broken down in sections, which your typical landing page, as you've probably seen before, there's sections. There's a top part, then there's another section talking about maybe like how it works. Then there's a section talking about our past customers. Then there's another section that talks about why not other software. Then there's another section that says the results that you can expect / case studies. And then you scroll down in sections that don't interest you, you scroll past them. Sections that do, you start on them. And then there's like a video there for you to get more information. And then there's like a headline and a caption. And so you can actually quickly get the gist of what this video is going to say. And then maybe you're interested in watching the video, maybe you won't. Then maybe you'll just scroll to the next section. And this form or format or way to sell is better than just having one long sales video that you can't skip around on very easily. So for software specifically, we're not going to use no Facebook lead ads. And even in the case that you did, the leads wouldn't be very good. They wouldn't be very qualified. And so if you're like trying to build up demos, it wouldn't be a very good place to do it per se. But on the flip side, if you're going to sell pretty much everything else, Facebook lead ads will pretty much always work with just a sales video itself and on Facebook itself. Other times though as well. So, there's times where we've sold supplements, or we've also had a personal trainer before that wanted to generate clients. And you could run a Facebook ad for, saying, I offer personal training services. If you want to reach your fitness goals, contact me, and have a form there. That potentially can work if you have the targeting right. But an even better funnel is, if you have a weight loss goal, see the formula that's going to work for your exact body type. Take the quiz. And then you send them to a landing page on your website. And once they fill that quiz out, then you contact them with the answer, if you will. And obviously, you can have a algorithm spit out a solution if you wanted to. Quiz landers is one, or lead quizzes, that we've used in the past that will allow you to do that. So, if they answer yes, no, yes, 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 the result for the user is this result. And if they don't answer in that order, but they answer the 5 questions in this other order, the answer spit out is this other thing. And you can do it without any custom programming or programming at all. You're just using their platform. But the general reason why you do these so-called quiz landers is so that you could take somebody who isn't in market for a personal trainer, like in this case, that wouldn't want to hire somebody for personal training, but ultimately you're selling to somebody who wants to lose weight, and you got to kind of like woo them into understanding or believing that a personal trainer isn't so bad. You do the quiz, you get the person that you ultimately can help on the phone, which is the important part. And then, which you start off by saying you're a health consultant, but you're actually also a personal trainer. You have a little conversation with them after they answer the quiz. They have to enter their email address and or phone number at the end of the quiz to get the answer, by the way. And then you call them and then you have a conversation with them and you say, hey, I'm just calling you about, to give you your results here. It looks like X, Y, Z. Oh, and by the way, if, based upon what you need here, best way to do that is XYZ, and I specialize in helping clients with XYZ, and you can actually get clients that way. And for that matter, it may cost $30, $40, $50 for a prospect on Facebook using the direct approach, which is more so what it's going to be when you weed out all the spam and so forth. Or you could get somebody who's going to fill out a lead quiz itself for like $10. And yes, the closing rate's going to be less, but not so bad itself if you're good at sales to where your ROI is going to be more than what you are going to be going with the direct approach. Not only that though, and the more important thing is in that particular scenario, and this is a real scenario where we actually work through all these issues for the personal trainer, you actually going with the quiz route, you open up a lot more opportunity, because on Facebook, particularly for local services, you'll tap out your audience there on Facebook pretty quickly. So you've got to have different ads with different offers in order to make money. For that matter, you could get a ton of people for a health quiz, and only a small amount of people in your town, city, whatever, that's close to you will be willing to fill out a form saying they're interested in talking to a personal trainer about services. That's just how it is. So in that particular case, you'll do the quiz to open up the market on using Facebook ads much larger than it would be otherwise. And the quiz actually was 10 times more business that they were able to create through having that quiz funnel than it was having the lead ad saying, hey, we're a personal trainer. Would you sign up here to get personal training services? So that's a great example of where you wouldn't use the lead ads, even though if you were going directly to the user saying, hey, hire us for personal training services, you would use the lead ad because that would actually be the way to make more money. And we also know in that case, because we started using lead ads and they weren't using them before. However, in that particular case as well, you will often, anything to do with health, we're going to use a Quizlander almost every time because it's going to make more money. But the same Quizlanders also work in the legal space itself. You can use, again, you could give people information in the legal space like for a law firm, but you could also have a quiz and, hey, want to know what the likelihood of your divorce going well is? Take the quiz. Boom. You can do that there. But then in a bunch of other spaces, you can do that kind of thing. Want to know if you can lower your tax liability? Take the quiz. We do this, these Quizlanders all the time. That would be a case where the lead ads aren't going to make you more money. It doesn't get you the same ROI per dollar spent. It also doesn't get you nowhere near the volume because people aren't looking for tax resolution services when you sell it to them outright. But when you sell them how to lower their tax liability, and then you come in with the sales pitch later once you got them talking, it's a different story. So for that matter, what I would encourage you to do, if you're not looking to work with an ad professional to help you craft the right funnel for you on Facebook, you should watch some of my other videos about Facebook ads and/or running other types of ads like YouTube, like other Google and so forth to run whatever you're planning on running on Facebook and other platforms. And you can find all the pertinent information you need about that on this channel. Why? Because this is all I do at our agency is just do ad strategy all day long, 40 hours a week. And I spend another 30 or so hours a week just reporting on what I find works and doesn't work for our clients at our firm. And we have dozens of clients. So I'm always getting on the bleeding edge of learning what works with ads. And if you want to learn directly from the source on who's doing it, then you want to subscribe to this channel. And very few channels are going to do that. People talk about running ads. They run a YouTube channel. They're making money off the YouTube channel. They're not making money on the ads. Trust me. That's 90+% of it on YouTube. So if you want to learn from the best, subscribe to this channel if you haven't already. Furthermore, you should check out my blog on my site at guaranteedppc.com/blog. My blog has step-by-step information on how to actually run Facebook ads as well as other ads to guarantee your results as it does for our clients with screenshots, everything. You would need to use it. So you should check that out as well. If you have any questions about anything I'm covering here, leave me a comment below. I get back to every single person who leaves me a question or comment on this channel, usually within 24 hours time. And for that matter, I don't even care if it's about this topic. You can ask me any question about running ads, marketing, business in general. Doesn't bother me what you ask. More than happy to answer questions as a way of saying thank you for watching the channel and helping the channel grow. For that matter, that pretty much covers everything. If you're running a SaaS or, you want to expand your results, you want to run a Quizlander, that will help you get more results. That's where Facebook lead ads isn't going to make you more money. But almost every niche nowadays, we're going to run Facebook lead ads instead of driving people to the website. We drive people to the website for e-commerce businesses, but when we're doing lead generation, we'll use the Facebook lead ad, even though lead ads, campaign type, instead of driving people to the website because it actually gets us more leads at a higher ROI. And that's just that, so to say. I'll wrap it up with that. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you on the next one.
Remember when I said Facebook leads ads was important during this video? Well, this video here tells you how to do it.